Hi, I'm Birch-James, known here as the Arty Biz Teacher. My channel is for artists, makers and crafters who sell their work or who want to sell their work. I give tips and advice, and sometimes I give new perspectives. I've also been known to give anecdotes and tell some stories. I'm fiercely practical, but sometimes I do give some psychological insights. There is new content on my channel every week, so I hope you'll be able to join me. If you like the content, why not subscribe and hit that notification bell? Like that, you'll be informed right away in your inbox when there are new uploads. So today I'm going to be talking to you about why I think it's important that you keep making an effort with regard to marketing and selling your art and craft. I'll also be exploring some of the reasons why we might be finding that quite hard at the moment. So stay tuned and we'll get right to it. Hi, thanks for coming back. Today I want to talk to you about why you should keep trying to sell your art and craft. Even when it's really tough, when you will find that your selling's gone right down, you're not sure what you're doing anymore, there's lots of uncertainty, you're not sure where you're going, and sometimes, quite frankly, it just feels like finger in the wind. Had that feeling? So the first thing I would like to say to you is I know exactly how you feel. And I think that's true for everybody. So if I'm talking about the work situations, you know, whether you've been furloughed or whether you're self-employed or you've lost your job even, all of these things are very, very uncertain. So when you're thinking about marketing and selling something and you're not sure how that's going to be received, sometimes it really does require an awful amount of focus and enthusiasm and to regain energy and to get positivity to actually carry on. I mean, even in times without coronavirus, being self-employed and trying to do something and keep plugging away at something when you're not really quite sure what the outcome's going to be, it's tough. So with coronavirus on top of it, with all the other uncertainties that are around us, whether we've got other employment, what's happening with our families, the health situation, how we're going to deal with the national economy, the global economy, we quite frankly don't know. So this is a really, really difficult time for all of us psychologically. So I want to empathise with you, I want to sympathise with you, and I also want to offer some practical advice or some tips or things that I do to try and help me. It might be useful to you, might not be. Not many people work like me, but you know, there may be something that you can get from this. So the first thing you'll notice is that the buying of art and craft, people's need for art and craft, I'm not talking about just looking at it and enjoying it online and looking at the pictures and the sculpture. I mean, actually acquiring it and paying for it. So the demand is not great. It's not at the top of people's lists at the moment. What's on top of people's lists? Well, what we call supply and demand. So people are wanting totally different things, and some businesses are doing really, really well because of the demand for their particular products. And of course, some businesses have changed what they're producing to fit in. So supply and demand has changed. What also has changed is your day. So some of you perhaps won't see much difference because you'll be going into work doing what you've always done, going into work every day, working really hard, some of you working harder than normal and coming home. Whereas others will be finding that their life has changed exponentially and you can't hardly recognise it because you'll be at home all day. Your work patterns will have changed. So some of you will have been furloughed. So there's this great expanse of time. Some of you are self-employed. And you'll be working from home if you're lucky. Some of your self-employment will have been blown out of the water. Some of you who are still employed, you will find that you might be working from home. Your kids will be home, so you're perhaps working while you're looking after your children. Everybody's situation's different, but most of our situations have changed quite a bit, a lot, or unrecognisably. Some days you'll find that you've done nothing, other days you might find you've done quite a lot. But I think for all of us, we're having this feeling that things are taking 10 times as long to do. And it's not because we've got more time, it's just that we are finding it difficult to focus sometimes. So I'm not here particularly to tell you what to do, but like you, I'm really finding it difficult to focus. And what with all the situation about not knowing what's going to happen with your business and all the rest of it, so my situation is I've been furloughed with some of my work, not sure what's going to happen there. My self-employment has witnessed many changes. I'm the same as you. I've got my supply and demand problem. Some things have gone right down and I've just been trying to focus to do something about it. So what I tend to do to try and focus is I try to give variety. So I'm doing shorter bursts on things. So instead of 10 hours, I'm doing 5 hours on one task. No, quite seriously, I try and vary it. So I make sure I do a good exercise every day, like go outside. Sometimes I'm involved in posting things. One of my online businesses has gone down. The sales have gone down 80%, right? So I don't have to wrap so much, but I'll go to the post office, for example, to deliver that. Sometimes I combine the exercise in the post office, so I'll run with parcels in my rucksack to the post office. So I've always got exercise in that routine. I've always got different work tasks, so not one type of thing, and try and do, right, I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do that, and then I tackle a little section of the garden so I can get outside again. And then I need to make a phone call or perhaps have a little break and I'll call a friend, or a friend might call me. And I always do a little bit of housework. So every night I make a focus list. I know exactly what I'm trying to achieve with certain things, like I want to get my house really clean, or I want all of my garden to be done. So I think, right, every day there's these different things that I'm going to try and focus on. Now your situation may be totally different to mine, so there's certain things that you have to do as well, but I do my focus list. And yes, it doesn't always work, because I think I'm going to do something and I just don't feel like doing it, so I put it on to the next day. Some days I'm feeling really horrible and crappy and I don't get so much done, and then other days I'm thinking, you know what, I'm feeling a bit more upbeat today and I get loads done. So this list isn't definitive, but what I'm saying is I do understand the focus situation. And don't be too hard on yourself about that. Just perhaps have a little list ready, a minimal list that you think, yes, if I can get those things done, then I shall be happy. And then just take it easy. The next thing is, I just think about that expanse of time, and what I think is about when I've got to fill my time completely, like perhaps it was before. So I might have to go back to my furloughed job very soon, and then my life's going to change completely again. But if you think about the time you've got, what I don't want to do is, or what I haven't wanted to do is to think, God, I had 7 weeks and I'd actually gained at least, well, 3 whole days I gained. And so I'm thinking, how am I going to feel that if I get to the end of this lockdown period and I'm going to look back and think, well, what on earth did I do? This is the time now to learn. I've been learning new things. You know, with the focus issue as well, it's been really difficult to learn, but I keep, you know, you think, right, focus, because it gives you focus as well to, right, I'm going to learn. So I've learned how to edit videos with a software. I've learned how to do some basic publisher work so I can produce banners and pictures and things for my own advertising. I've learned how to do that. I've learned how to use Zoom. I've learned loads of things, really, things that I really wanted to do anyway but just never had the time to do. And then of course, like, putting that learning into practice. So I've learned how to use YouTube much better. So I've been learning from YouTubers how to set up a YouTube channel, and I've got a YouTube channel now, which is this. All right, so yeah, I haven't been doing it that long, but I've really tried to learn much more about it, and I have got a long way to go. I'm much more online with the tutorial part of what I do and the consultancy part of my work, advising artists and makers how to market and sell their work. And so I've got the time to really learn how to do all those things and then to try and put them into practice. Quite recently I started online tutorials, as a lot of self-employed people are doing. So when they had physical clients in front of them, people who took advantage of their services, they can't do that anymore in person. So a lot of people have gone online, and I was thinking, really, it's ideal for me to go online. And I did my first Zoom tutorial last week, which was how to price your work, how to price your art and craft. And I had no problem with the content. I'm very confident about the content, but it's always about how I deliver and learning how to use the technical side, the IT. I'm pretty okay at it, but you know, you have to just practice and practice to get more fluent. And there was something that I just completely cocked up, but you know, but by and large, it went okay. But it's this time that I've had that's allowed me to learn all those things and make those changes from my new learning. So I just want to give you encouragement, even if it's just one thing that you've always wanted to do relating to your art and craft. Perhaps it's that you want to sell online. Well, it takes time and it takes effort and it takes focus. And if you have got time, have a go. Don't be afraid of it. Now is your time. Now is your time to do it if you can. So I give you full sympathy with the focus, etc. But really, don't be in a position where you'll look back and think, what did I do? I could have used that time to actually learn how to do that, because I've always wanted to. And of course, the last thing I'll mention is, if you've got more time, it is the time, I think, to organise your mind, organise your environment, organise your space, get things sorted out. You've got time to do it. So I've already mentioned, for me, I just made my house really clean because I love order. I know not all of you are like that. Some of my friends are not like that at all. But I do like to be organised, and I have the time. I've been doing my own garden. I usually do quite a bit of my own garden anyway, but I've really gone through my garden to tidy and weed and sort, so it's nice to sit out with the beautiful weather. But also organising my work, so stuff that I wanted to get to, and you think, you know, no, I'm organising it all, I'm sorting it all. I've had a real sort of out of my website, just really refocusing that, and I've been wanting to do that for some time, and I've had the space to do that. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just saying that I know what you're going through with focusing, the time that you have, and the different situations. It's all very unsettling, but I want to offer you encouragement, because you may feel like you're putting your finger up to the wind big time. You're thinking, why am I making this? Because I can't sell it. And I'm just making it because some of you are just creating because it's giving you peace of mind. It's giving you something to do during lockdown, and also it's giving you real spiritual and emotional fulfillment to do your artwork and your craft. It might actually be building up quite a lot, and you'd be thinking, when are we going to have more shows and fairs, and when are the galleries going to be open, when are we going to have our open studios in our cities? We're all the same. So thank you ever so much for listening. I hope I've encouraged you. Be kind to yourself and give variety to your day. And I wish you all the luck. If you've been interested in this content, or you have been interested in any of my other uploads that are getting quite copious now actually, then it will be great if you would subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so that you get news of when I do new uploads. Just to tell you as well, my online tutorials are on Eventbrite, so I'm doing my little plug now with all the work I've been doing and all the learning I've been doing, okay? So yes, all of my tutorials, there are 4 different tutorials at the moment, they're repeating. Search on Eventbrite under Dawn Birch-James, artists and makers, how to sell your art and craft, things like that, and you will find it. There is also a page on our website, artintheheart.co.uk, called Services for Artists and Makers. So it's about my consultancy, but there's also a link to the calendar of Zoom tutorials. They are only $9.99 for an hour of real practical advice and learning. So it would be great. The next one is coming up this week, Friday the 15th of May at 7 o'clock in the evening, and it's about how to price your art and craft. I've done one already and I've had fantastic reviews about it. I was so happy about it, because sometimes your hard work does pay off. That's what I want to tell you. Your hard work will pay off. Okay? I'll see you next week. Bye.